Are you ready for the most transformational online experience of your lifetime? Join me next Monday for my free 5-day workshop, The GBTQ Hero's Journey to Infinite Potential. When I will be sharing you each day a progression of how you can begin to live in heart space, how you can begin to live a life of infinite potential. Well, that's what heart space is. Heart space is living in the space of our true, authentic, queer genius. But we often don't know who we are or how to get there. So I'm offering one of my most powerful components of my workshop, all condensed into 4 days, 5 days. Sorry, I can't get my numbers right. Into 5 days. On the first day, we're going to go in deep into who we are. And this is the thing. We are that creative power, life force of the universe. But we often don't know that because we've got so many shadows in the way, so many dark stories that block us from seeing that truth. So one of the things we're going to do on day one is we're going to unpack those stories that keep us from seeing the truth of who we are. And we're going to unpack that story by looking at our money story. Because here's the thing, money and we were all traumatized by money growing up. Everybody in this culture was traumatized by money in some way. In that old trauma is still playing around in our head that's telling us this person, this Martin Coward, is not worthy of a life of abundance and prosperity. It's not worthy. It's got something wrong with it. Well, that's not true. That's a shadow belief we made up to protect ourselves. It's not worthy of making a lot of money. It's not worthy of abundance or something like that. So what we're going to do in the first day is we're going to go back and look at our money story. We're going to look at the truth. We're going to unpack it so we can learn what can we learn from that as an adult that we can let go of so we can move into our true essence. We can move into our queer superpowers, if you will, into our divine creative nature. So that's day one. Day two, we're going to go in, we're going to go deep inside our hearts and find out what is it we're here to do? What's our mission? What is our soul's purpose? Why am I here on this planet? What am I here to do? I've discovered in the first day that I'm this creative genius, that's connected to the divine, because I am the divine. That's my essence. The second day, we're going to say, well, if I'm the divine creator of the universe, what am I here to create? What is my mission? For example, my mission is to create a world of abundance and prosperity by showing up with love and gratitude to allow the divine essence of who I am to guide me forward. We need that mission statement as a North Star because we can so easily get distracted by shiny objects, or we can get lost in the wilderness by thinking we're not worthy or we're not good enough and we're not powerful enough. So on day one, we're going to get really clear that we are these powerful, creative, queer men and women in the world. And number two, second day, we're going to learn that if we're these powerful, creative, queer men with all these superpowers, what are we here to do? What are we here to create? And how do we do it? And what's my action in the world? And on the third day, we're going to look at how do we do it? What are the steps? How do we sustain it? How do we do this? How do we live this mission? What is the practice every day? So that I'm really clear every single morning when I wake up out of bed of who I am, what I'm here to do, and how I'm going to fulfill that mission. The three most important components of any type of vision and mission and purpose in the world is to know who we are, where we're going, what we want to do, and how we're going to get there. And I'm going to teach you all three of those in my 5-day workshop. And then on the fourth day, we're going to put them all together and we're going to look, how does all that work together? And then we're going to continue to work with that. How do we work this to make sure it all works together so that we've got something when we leave the workshop, we've got a clear sense of who we are, what our mission is, and how we're going to go about doing it. Does that sound good? So click on the link, register today, It's free. There's no obligation. And of course, there will be replays for you to watch in case you can't come to the live. But you're going to want to come to the live workshops because they're very interactive, and they're going to be on Zoom. So and I don't like being alone. So come support me. This is a new revised version of this. It's the first one I've done since last June. And a few things have happened since then. One, I went to Africa, which opened my heart to a whole new universe of love and abundance that I didn't know existed. And this past weekend, I was with the Gay Coaches Alliance with some very powerful gay coaches. I mean, I am amazed. I am still wide open with love and gratitude for these powerful gay men. So I've even got a deeper, and I actually listened really carefully to what my fellow gay coaches needed right now. What's the world need to move into this heart space, to move into this deeper connection with the divine, with a sense of purpose and gratitude? So I tweaked it, and I've made some very significant changes to the workshop to accommodate where the world is today as we move ourselves into the light of unconditional love. And how can I help escalate that? How can I help move that needle forward a little bit faster? So it's going to be a powerful workshop. You don't want to miss this, I promise. And so click on the link, register, and show up and come and be there with me, because I could use some support. I'm feeling a little vulnerable. I haven't done this in a year, and it's new. And it's kind of like having it's like an artist with a new piece of artwork. This is my artwork that I want to show to you next week. So if you can come and see what I put together for you, I think you're going to like it. I hope so. And I would just love the support. So please register today, and I'll see you next Monday, I hope. Okay. Thank you so much for listening.